Hi, I'm Bridget, and I'm the Mere Mortal Cook, and I'm here to show you that you can make anything you want in the kitchen and do it easily. So, I am making cheese blintzes today for a belated birthday present for my trusty camerawoman, Kathy. And I've never made them before, so this will be a first for me, possibly for you. I printed out the recipe on food.com, so if you like the recipe and how it looked, you can go to that and print it out yourself. So here we go. The recipe calls for flour and granulated sugar, baking powder, and salt. Those are the dry ingredients. So I've already measured those out, and I'm going to put them in the mixing bowl and give them a little stir around just to make sure all the ingredients mix before I put the liquid in. And then it also calls for melted butter, which I have over here. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Get all that yummy butter out of there. 2 eggs. I got these beautiful fresh eggs. One's called a poulet egg, and that's the smaller one. This is from a regular, whatever kind of laying hen. So I'm going to mix this up a little bit, and then I'll throw that in. And then it calls for, let's see, half a teaspoon of vanilla. How about that? Here's my half a teaspoon. Oops, since I'm the Mere Mortal Cook, it's a little bit more, but no one's ever going to argue with you on a little bit more vanilla. Then 2 cups of milk. 1 2 Throw that together. Then I'll make sure I got all my ingredients before I mix it. So I got 1/2 cup flour, 2 cups of milk, 3 tablespoons butter melted, 2 tablespoons granulated sugar, that was in the dry ingredients, 2 eggs, half teaspoon vanilla, half teaspoon baking. So the last ingredient, half teaspoon of salt, and then we'll have some more butter to put in the pan when we get ready to cook it. So I'm just going to mix this up real quick. Get away from you. Alright, that's it on that one. So I will set this aside and make the filling now. So now I'm going to make the filling for the blintzes, and use cream cheese and a cup of cottage cheese. So this is right around serving size. This is a whole cup. So I'll put that in, and calls for 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. So we'll get that. So I'll mix this up a little. Then it calls for microwaving it for 1 to 2 minutes. Now, I'm still in the dark ages. Actually, I just don't like microwaves. So I'm going to cook it on heat it up on the stovetop. Which, for everyone out there who would be lost without their microwave, back in the old days, we used to have these things called stovetops, and we actually could cook on them. And that's what I'm going to show you all how to do, in case you're feeling that that's beyond your capacity. Alright, so we got it pretty mixed up. I'm just going to put it in this pan, put it on the stovetop, heat it up, and start making some crepes. That's a lot. I hope you're hungry, Kathy, because I am. Alright, onto the crepes. So, that's it. So, we're over here at the stove top. I got the cheese filling heating now, and it was getting a little out of control. So, and threatening to blow up all over the map. So I'm going to put a little foil just over it, very softly and gently. I got my butter melted to make the first crepe. I'll turn up the heat yet. Got a good heat going. That's why I love back gas stoves. You can see right where you're at. So it calls for about 1/3 of a cup. So I'll just put in a generous ladle. Oh, and there it is sizzling. Now, to make your crepe, your little, well, they call it a crepe. And it is, really, for all intents and purposes, a crepe. Swirl it around the pan so it's thin. And we'll just let that cook 1.5 to 2 minutes on one side. And then I'll flip it in a second. You can see it's getting all nice and bubbly in there. And I swirled it around. And so we'll wait. And then we'll give it a flip. Okay, so it looks like we're ready to give this a flip. But, you know, since I'm the mere mortal cook, we're getting a little dark on that side. And look at that. Testimony to using lots of butter. So, got a nice golden patina on a lot of that. So just put that on, let the other side get cooked to probably about 1 minute. And then we'll put the filling in. Alright, so we got the other side cooked. So what we're going to do is put this side here, like that. And then we'll, oh, so they said the dark side down in the recipe. So I guess they want the more golden look. So I flip that over. Come over here. It smells good, doesn't it, Kathy? Can you smell that little sweet caramelization going on? And here's our yummy looking cheese filling. Looks perfectly heated, even on a stove top. It said 2 to 3 tablespoons of filling, but I thought that sounded a little chintzy. So I'm just going to put in a little bit more as to what I think looks good. And then I'll fold it. And it said to put it over on the seam side. And this is how I've seen it done in restaurants, at least. I kind of, sort of. So we'll flip it. And then it said put a little powdered sugar on. So take this little sieve, put a little powdered sugar, just like that. Depends, I guess, on how much you want. Throw a little bit around the plate. And then we'll put, I have some really nice cherry preserves. So we'll put a little dollop of that on. And voila, cheese blintzes. So there you have it. I did it, first time ever. Maybe I better take a little taste, just so you know that I'm not poisoning anybody, and that it is actually good, because it looks good. So let's see. Take a little bit of the preserves. Hot. Good. Okay, so that's it. You can do this at home too. Be intrepid. Get in the kitchen. You don't have to have a microwave, but if you have one, great. But use that stovetop, look for recipes, and just get in the kitchen and do it. And that's it. Until next time, thanks for joining.